Well, it's a noisy beast, even after I lube the bearing, but it works. It would probably be less noisy if I remembered to put the thrush washer in on the one side for the bearing. So back apart it comes. Well, noise-wise, that's not much better. But at least the thrush washer's back in where it's supposed to be. Yeah, we got a reasonably decent coast down too. I'm just chalking this up to a noisy motor. To be honest, I really don't care. Okay, enough about motors. Let's start laying out for a steel base for the drill press. And once that's done, I'll see if I can't configure a way to mount a motor to do belt drive. I did annotate the motor rotation on the cover there, so I know which way that thing's spinning, because that's kind of critical for when I hook up belts. I don't want that drill press spinning backwards. Okay, for this chuck to spin in the right direction for drilling, this upper pulley has to turn counterclockwise as you're facing the drill press. So that tells me how I have to orient that motor. Well, here, let me show you. I have to orient the motor such that this pulley spins in this direction. Yeah, so these, I got a belt from there up to here. That's one long belt. That's going to cost me a small fortune at bearing, belt, and chain. But anyway, you get the idea what I'm about here. So I got to get the tape measure out in the sketchbook. I won't bore you with much of that, but I got to measure up this base, how I'm going to do it. Of course, I'm going to have a basic framework under the bulk of the drill press here, but I also got to run it back that direction because I have to build a motor mount to mount back there to run that pulley, and also so I can have rear casters back here so this whole thing doesn't have a tendency to tip backwards. I'm going to have a lot of weight on the back side of this, and so it will have a tendency to tip backwards unless I can counteract that with a frame and casters back there. All right, so I'm going to get to measuring. Okay, it's chicken scratch sketch time. I laid out a plan view or an overhead view looking down of the base of the drill press and where the column is, and the step pulleys, and then the driven pulley from the motor. And because of the rotation of the motor, I got to mount it farther back like that with the shaft pointing at the drill press. Basic thing is 15 1/4 wide. Overall length of the base is 33 1/4, but I got to go beyond that to provide support for the motor. So, and I threw together a basic material list. I'm going to use 1/4 inch thick 3-inch C-channel. I'm going to have to go buy some grade 8 bolts. The holes in the base are 7/8. Good luck finding those. I'll probably have to go with 3/4, which I'm not really fond of doing, but I'll do it if I have to. I'm going to get some 3-inch swivel casters and rigid casters, and they got to be locking so this thing doesn't move. So the basic support frame is going to be a ladder style frame. I'm going to have 2 rails on each side, and then the ladder rungs, if you will, they're going to be 16 inches long, and they're going to be spaced such that they're going to center over the holes in the base of the drill press, and then I'll go beyond. This would be the very back of the drill press where the step pulleys attach to the base. And then I got to go beyond that with a framework at the end. I haven't figured out yet exactly how I'm going to mount that. I mean, I'm going to have a flat plate on the bottom so I can attach to the the holes in the flat bar on each side. But I'm probably going to use square tubing and do something like this. You know, I've got a flat plate here, and then I'll probably have tubing coming down like so, attached to some round stock that's going to weld across here, and such that this thing will pivot back and forth from here. And the weight of the motor, because I'm going to have a pulley here with a belt coming down to the well, that was great, to the driven pulley on the drill press that attaches to the step pulleys. So I'm thinking the weight of the motor itself would probably be sufficient to keep that belt taut, but just in case, I'll probably have some kind of a provision for a spring coming down like so. Real basic, simple setup. So I got all my dimensions laid out. When I get all this cut, I'm just going to tack weld it together and then do some test fitting. So let's get to cutting some material. Check out that cut. There's hardly any burr. And this thing is cool to the touch. I love these Evolution saws. I've changed my design somewhat. The base of that drill press is only 15 inches wide, which means it's going to be really tippy because it's top heavy. So from here to here is 15 inches. I've added 3 inches on each side with my ladder style design to give me 3 inches additional on each side of the drill press base, and that's where I'm going to land the casters, and that'll give it a little more stability. It's going to be quite a bit more welding for me, but oh well. A Gorilla Glob with the best of them. Well, there it is, all tacked together. Now I got to raise that thing up, slip this under it and clamp it somehow, match mark the mounting holes, and just make sure everything fits and is lined up good. And then go ahead and drill holes, finish welding this thing, paint it, and then bolt it to the bottom of that drill press. But that is for another video because this one's getting pretty long. So I think I'll cut this one off here. This bottom support frame is the last major hurdle on this drill press project. The rest of it's going to be kind of minor stuff. Swapping out bolts, cleaning it up a little bit, making belts and hooking them up. So yeah, the old GE electric motor, that's going to be a long-term thing. So I'm probably going to finish out this video series without it. And then when I eventually do get it revived, then I'll feature it and we'll swap it out on the drill press at that time. But for now, closing in on getting this thing done. It's been almost a year. Holy smokes. Time flies. Welcome to subscribers. There's been quite a few of you lately. I attribute that to my friend Larry's 46 Chevy truck, the Survivor video that we filmed on that. Man, that thing's over 9,000 views. Holy smokes. And as always, existing subscribers, thanks for hanging with me, especially on this long, drawn-out drill press project. I never intended it to be, you know, basically 40 videos, maybe 40 plus, but as it turns out, that's the way it goes. So I've mentioned before a couple times now about the giveaway for the 1,000 subscribers. I'm still on the hunt for the vintage used rusty C-clamp vice grips. I got an offer on eBay. I looked at several, put a couple in my watch list, and lo and behold, one of the vendors there sent me a message back, made me an offer on genuine vice grip C-clamps, and $5.99 and a couple bucks for shipping. So I think I'm going to go for that. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and I don't know what the next video is going to be. Probably the giveaway or building the giveaway. We'll see. Bye for now.